need to be podcast money. See, that's what it need to be. What up, y'all? Another new week, new episode of Tech File. We all here. The gang's all here.
Gang.
We got some NBA finals to talk about. We got an NBA trade to talk about. Another possible NBA trade. Plus the return of Goldberg.
Goldberg.
All in this episode this week. So let's hit that theme music and get started.
Hit him hard, let's go. That T-E-C-K, running back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix, no DJs. Said it's hard in the game, like you damn, it's the lady. It's spitting real talk for the entertainment. The podcast that the game up when they get slapped back down like a WrestleMania. Tell them that they better get their nose ready at a home city. And I'll get it block, even on the low setting. And you know what you say, so we never gotta get tight than everybody else. Cause you get ready. Ain't nobody else doing this like I. Better keep them cameras and microphones hot, cause this one's a vibe. Gotta run this race with my tribe. Going live with the pie. Do it like there's no tomorrow. Came to my ear later. Shout out to my point guard. We about to hit them hard. Got them throwing in the tap. Tell the red blow the whistle. This is technical file.
Welcome to episode 395 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
Was it?
It
I
was.
am the Eric J.
Only known as
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door, holding down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
But better known as Mr. Ooh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brother was giggling through his intro.
Some housekeeping, y'all. If you have not yet already followed us on our various social media platforms, make sure. Yeah, what are you waiting on? Head over to Technical File, TECKNICAL FOUL on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and the Blue Sky. Technical File Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. On the YouTube side of things, we need you to like up the videos, drop some comments, share the show, all that good stuff. Helps with the algorithm, helps other people find us. So go ahead and let's grow the Tech File fam. Now, shall we? I think we shall. So do it.
Do it now.
Now, we generally play The Game That Needs a Name, but June is a lot of things. June is Pride Month, as we know. It is men's mental health month.
Yes.
It is also Black Music Month.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask you gentlemen a question here.
Okay, I bet.
From Music Sermon, who runs the Black Music Month Challenge. I love it. It's fantastic. So many different prompts for different days, but I am just really curious about this one for y'all. So my question for you gentlemen today to open up the show. Where did it go? You would yeet this song into the sun if you could. What is a song that you were like, I could never hear this again, and that is too soon?
What is love?
That's how the
baby don't hurt me.
It's Black Music Month. Come on, man.
Damn, what we gotta?
I'll start then.
I'm rooting for everybody black.
Usher, yeah, is one for me.
No,
I got tired of yeah in real time back in the 2000s. Like, I was like, this song is everywhere. And then it was recently on a commercial or something, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, I know.
Like, please no.
What was that Wiz Khalifa? So see you again.
Oh,
yeah.
I just think of Paul Walker every time.
Man, they played the shit out of that song.
Did.
I don't need to hear that anymore.
I don't have one, so I'll just co-op my wife. She hates "Happy" by Pharrell.
Oh, yeah, Happy.
Happy. That's my shit.
The kids love it, though.
Happy was played forever.
Yeah. It was, and a lot of people hated it.
It
was polarizing.
Shaolin said he would get rid of that "What the hell" song.
Hey,
it's kind of
that hit.
Swerve on that nigga. Whoa, get that shit the fuck up out of here.
Let's go.
Hey, that hit.
Oh yeah,
niggas hate.
Fuck up out of here.
Niggas hate.
Hating.
Niggas just hate.
Hating.
Niggas is
See how fast that came and went.
I mean, it's a song.
It's
I'm talking about the career. Like,
it's a lot of one-hit wonders. Like, you ain't talking bad about what's the nigga who made Return of the Mac. Mark Morrison.
That's a bop too.
I'm saying,
but that didn't come and go. Like, that's still here 30 years later.
It's classic.
It's classic.
We ain't gonna
now.
be saying burn. Who
knows?
Swerve, bend the corner.
You don't know that. I will be when I'm 62.
out here. Been in the
Don't-
corner.
hey,
You better not
Still-
swerve on that corner. Whoa.
Still been in the
I don't
corner.
swerve
It's gonna
on
be
that
it's gonna be an
corner now.
accident. Like, it's just-
I told you, I'm gonna be bending the corners at 60. Nah,
See,
don't do
I
it.
said playing the song, not doing the actions of the song.
That's not what I heard.
I listen to a lot of songs that I love and I don't do the actions to. You know how much drug dealing music I listen to?
You definitely think I'm a
Allegedly.
You know what? Like,
I'll pull up to work.
I mean, oh my goodness.
White bricks.
Oh, white boy.
Shaolin said he a hater too. Let's go, Shaolin.
But speaking of Shaolin, he ain't a hater because he bought some Tech File merch. So shout out,
Hey.
shout out to Shaolin out here in the Tech
And I'll
Tech
tell
File.
you
File
one
fam.
song that ain't gonna go. One song that's gonna stand the test of time,
What's
and
up?
that is the Tech File theme song. Shout
Hey,
out.
Oh, for sure.
shout out.
Shout out to Shaolin.
Yeah, you
Show.
know, he was in his bag.
For sure. The giggle at the end, that's my favorite part. that's I love that part.
I like the.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Like I said, we got NBA finals to talk about. We got a trade that happened and some trade rumors around another big one that is on the horizon. We got some wrestling news. So let's get into the show.
Let's get it started. I don't like that being whispered. Uncovered.
Speaking of music, that is a song where the clean version is infinitely better than the explicit version.
Oh, yeah, it
because
is.
why did they make that song what they actually made that song?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Songs that
They went
cannot be
crazy.
made in 2025.
I don't want to say. I don't
Let's
want
get
to
the
say.
R word.
Yeah, I don't know why you would sing a song talking about that, but I understand.
That was another banger.
That's crazy.
That was
Let's
they
get
used that for the
R-word.
final song and all that
Hey.
shit. That shit was everywhere.
And that's how she started this. Let's.
That shit was everywhere.
I mean, only the clean version, though.
Right, true.
That's
Yeah.
a crazy way to start a song.
Lord, geez, that's worse than mystical. Damn dear.
Boy, I came in with my
The
dick in my hand.
This is shh. Be cool. Like
Don't
Make me put my foot in your ass.
Be cool.
Talk about somebody that lives their lyrics.
Oh,
Mystical
Jesus
is
Christ.
definitely one of them.
you probably would have to help the bear.
Lord have mercy.
All right. So we are 5 games into the NBA Finals. OKC has a 3-2 lead. Like 3 of us predicted. Someone was a little gung ho over there at the very end,
Hey.
talking about something. It was about to be 4 straight Thunder wins.
Hey,
A series was about to be over when we
Hey.
came back next week. But we all picked the Thunder to win this series before the finals actually kicked off. I'm gonna start with you, Ken. How confident are you in the Thunder winning it all?
I'm still very confident in them being able to pull it off. Indiana's one of them teams, man. Like they literally do not give up, and like that can mess with your mental too. Playing a team like, dog, these motherfuckers just will not
They don't
stay.
stop.
Like, come on, fam.
They damn near did it last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, but I'm still confident in what the Thunder can actually do. And then SGA is playing like an MVP, so he continues to play like that would be all right.
Did you say to MVP play?
He's been good.
MVP.
MVP at what? Like game 4, yes. The rest of the series. he's
Games
been good.
1 and 2.
Didn't he come in? Didn't he
He-
come to series
He
with
came
30?
in with
Right?
his dick in his hand to
Yeah.
start the series off.
Hell no.
Man, like 37 points in game
Yeah, that's what
1.
I'm saying. I thought he was be big dropping 30 pieces.
I mean,
That was it. We'll get
all right, Tim, how you feeling about the confidence levels in the Thunder?
this shit should have been over. But I'm pretty confident that they're gonna close the door. They right there now. Like I don't really believe that they'll let it get away from them.
In the sense
I'll
of
give
like it's
this-
over in 6, or in the sense of the series?
No, it's over next game.
Okay.
That's how I'm confident it'll be over next game. Like you said, they right there. But I don't feel like. So game 1 is the one they took. They were losing.
The Pacers took.
Yeah, the Pacers took.
Yes.
Game 3, Mathurin went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The bench took that one. But I still didn't feel like they were the better teams in those wins.
I
can see that for game 1. Game 3, I think Pacers were decidedly.
They were cooking.
And honestly, game 4, the Pacers were the
Yeah,
better
game
team
4.
throughout that game. It was just in the 4th quarter they collapsed.
So like the way I've looked at this series is that Oklahoma City, at least through like 4.5 games, I looked at it like Oklahoma City was clearly like the better team, but I felt like the Pacers on balance had outplayed them. And like, it's really just the talent gap that's kind of like been the difference. Like with Halliburton's injury and everything, like now it's kind of like,
That's
I don't
another
think they
reason
have
why.
enough to really overcome it. But I still like, maybe it's my Bucks PTSD, but I still never count Indiana out until they're dead. Like I just
Serial killers.
They've earned that level of respect, I think.
for sure. And so like I'm still at 50-50, where it's like I think that they have buttons to push, and like they've been right there with them, even with the talent disparity. Like yesterday, it felt like Oklahoma City was rolling and Indiana was always like right there. Like anything within 15 points is right there in
For that
today's
team,
NBA.
Shit, 20.
In today's NBA, like, you know, that's 5 threes and you're right back in it. So like it was like they couldn't really get that separation. And again, it's like when TJ McConnell is cooking you in the third, like it's kind of like they got a puncher's chance at every point.
For game 5, to me, was the first time down the stretch where I was like, the Pacers ain't got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they were able to keep it close, but like game 5 was the J-Dub game, as everybody has talked about. The 40 piece was very impressive, but it seemed like every time where the Pacers felt like they got a little momentum, the Thunder were able to answer quickly. And then in the fourth quarter in particular, like just the amount of turnovers that was happening from that game never felt for me where I was like, okay, I think the Pacers are going to do what the Pacers do, and they going to come back. Like this was the first time where I was like, yeah, this one.
I think in the third I had that feeling.
The Thunder
but in
got
the
this
fourth,
one.
it was like, nah, this.
The Thunder got this one.
And like I think again, like that closing kick that they have is so powered by Halliburton, and you could tell like he was just so
Out of it.
compromised. And it's like the same thing where I get to with backup quarterbacks in the NFL. It's like, at what point is it just like not devastating, but like at what point is it like we're paying this dude to be on our roster? Like, is he not better than like 40% of our starter? Like it's like, I'm like, they got to sit him down because like he didn't want to handle the ball at all. And that's what led to like all the Nembhard
wasn't
turnovers.
taking shots.
He wasn't taking shots. He couldn't really get to the rim. He was avoiding all types of contact. Obviously, he's never been like a stalwart on defense. So it's like you're going to be compromised on that end as well. TJ McConnell just had like one of the best third quarters I've ever seen from a bench player. And it's like, Rick Carlisle knows basketball. He'll forget more basketball than I'll ever know. But it's like, at some point, it's like the pros got to outweigh the cons.
For me, so the TJ McConnell thing I want to come back to. But for me, I think that the Thunder are too close to let their foot off the gas. I think game 6 is going to be a really valiant effort from the Pacers. I think the crowd is going to give them a standing ovation in the loss. I think it ends in 6 with the Thunder. Like I said, if this Thunder team is who I think they are, and this is not even something against the Pacers, but just the way the Thunder have played throughout this postseason. At this point, I expect for them to come out like they're down 3-2 to close this one out. And the TJ McConnell point, should the Pacers have played him more down the stretch in the fourth quarter of game 5 after the third quarter that he had? Do y'all think that that was a little bit of mismanagement from Rick Carlisle?
He hot. Let him cook.
Yeah, you let the
and your starter hurt, bro. Just let him cook.
I know that Doc Rivers isn't like who you want to follow as far as coaching decisions, but like when he ran like that one lineup every fourth quarter and just like was like, we're gonna win or we're gonna lose, but we're gonna do it with this lineup. Like that's kind of the backs against the wall. Like this is your season, damn near in the balance. Like play the guys that got you there, and like it was clear how Halliburton
didn't have it.
And like you can't put like Nembhard was great defensively, but he's not a point guard for a reason, and he showed that because he could not handle the pressure of Oklahoma City's defense. Which, to be fair, like most people can't. So
it's a hard one.
And like this is kind of unfair because of his injury, but game 4 and game 5 are kind of mirrors for me, where it's like one team is kind of like decidedly ahead for, or like has the game in hand for the most part. And then we get down to the fourth and like, you know, in game 4, SGA took over, took them home, got them the win when they probably should have lost that game. Whereas game 5, like Indiana's in the same position and it's like Halliburton doesn't score a field goal. You know, they just like completely fall apart in the fourth quarter. It's like that's the difference in levels. Like that's the difference between a all-star and an MVP, where it's like again, like there are levels to it, and like I think that we too liberally throw around superstar
And
word.
do.
Like there are very few superstars in the league, and that's a good thing because like they're supposed to be rare. They're supposed to be like guys that are all-time guys, and it's like when you throw like no shade to him, but like Donovan Mitchell, not a superstar. He's a star. That's great. Like it's fine being a star. Like it's totally okay.
Right.
But like there at any given time, there are probably like 4, maybe 5 max in the entire league.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think we might see more TJ McConnell in game 6 too. In that third quarter,
I was saying, have no
in
choice
that
now.
third quarter, TJ McConnell scored or assisted on 18 of their points. I think they had 34 in the entire quarter. So like over half of the points generated in the third quarter were all on the back of TJ McConnell. And shout out to everybody in the comments. I see y'all. What's up, Shells? What's up, KG? What's up, the Holy Shh podcast?
Hey.
Had to do the shh with it. What up, y'all? But can the Pacers win game 6 and force game 7? I think we would all agree, like, yes, they can. But how? How can the Pacers, like, what do you need to see from the Pacers in game 6? Be like, hey.
I think you hit the nail on the head where it's like that crowd is going to power them.
Yeah.
Like it has to be like the most hostile environment that the Thunder have ever stepped into. They have to play TJ McConnell more. Halliburton at least has to be functional. Like I don't know what shots he has to take into his calf.
It is and it's the same leg that he had the ankle injury on earlier, so it feels like an overcompensation type of injury from my uninformed medical opinion.
Somebody's been dealing with a knee. Like my calf is very tight in that leg, so I understand.
Your knee still messed up from the draft. That 40-yard dash was
the death for you.
The dash of death.
The next time I get the bright idea to do anything athletic, just punch me in the face. I want him to be mad.
I think that Indiana needs to have one of those games where they are just unbelievably hot.
Yeah.
We've seen them go on tears like that throughout the playoffs where you just like, dude, they ain't missing shit. I feel like they can force a game 7 with a game like that because they have the defense, they have the team, they have the balance, minus their floor setter. Yeah, but if you can get a game where Nembhard's cooking and you got Toppin hitting again, you got Neesmith hitting again.
If Miles Turner looks like Miles Turner.
Yeah, like
he's
and
been
Siakam's going to stay the same. Like, you can get a win out of there.
And, like, they're keying on, like, their defense, it feels like, is predicated on, like, deflections and stopping Siakam. And, like, they had him in jail for parts of game 5, and he was still getting his buckets, but, like, he worked very hard to get them. So, like, they just need somebody to take the pressure off him a little bit, and they need another big Mathurin game. Like, that guy is, like, he's either really good for you or really good for your opponent. Like, there's very little in between. Like, the way he melted down at the end of game 4 was just unfortunate.
What you think you need to see from the Pacers for them to pull out the game 6 win?
Again, like Erica alluded to, like, feed into the crowd. Like, literally give it your all. Like, it's win or go home. Take the energy from the crowd and do everything that you need to do to just at least stay afloat, to the fourth quarter. And just, keep pushing and keep seeing what y'all could do. And then Rick Carlisle is a great coach. So if anybody can figure out a game plan or kind of strategize or something like that, like he will be the coach to be able to make sure that happens.
I think the Pacers are going to need a big 3-point scoring game, which again is why them losing game 4 when the Thunder only made like two threes, was it? 2-3 threes in the whole entire game? Again, the Pacers, that's at that point when the Pacers lost game 4, I said, it's done. Like, that was the game they could not afford to lose based on how the flow of it went. But for game 6, they're going to need some hot shooting. They're going to need it from Neesmith. They're going to need it from Nembhard. They're going to need it from Turner. They're going to need it from Obi Toppin. They're going to need it from everybody. The threes have to go up for the Pacers. They got to generate more looks there. They cannot turn the ball over. They have to be far better with ball security. Tyrese Halliburton cannot look as bad, injury-wise bad. Like Eric was saying, you could tell he was hampered in the last game. He can't look that bad. And I know he's getting an MRI done to see the severity of the calf strain, but Halliburton already said it pretty much. Like, I don't care what it say. I'm trying to hoop. So we'll see if that's to the detriment of the team or what. But like, they need a lot of things to go right in Game 6 to extend the series, in my opinion.
I've seen way too many people try to play through like muscle strains and lower extremities, and they get even worse. So I understand, but I would say be careful.
Who do y'all think is the MVP of the series so far? Given like Jalen Williams, J-Dub, he was quiet the first 2 games. Game 3, you saw the scoring input tick up. Game 4, you saw it again. I think he was around 26, 27 points in both those games. And then Game 5, as mentioned, the J-Dub game where he goes off for 40. Then again, you have SGA, who had a big Game 1, good Game 2, was quiet in Game 3, had a big fourth quarter in Game 4, and then was just steady in Game 5 while J-Dub cooked. So who's your MVP so far of the finals between SGA and J-Dub?
I got the MVP for MVP.
SGA? SGA for
Mr.
MVP?
Consistency.
Mr. Consistency is right, because on the night where Jalen Williams drops 40, you like, dang, he dropped 40. You like giving him all the props. But then you look at the stat line, you be like, oh, SGA had 31 points and 10 assists and 4 blocks and 2 steals.
Like still going crazy.
He still had 31 and 10.
Yeah, we got to stop looking at like the big, like, we had the conversation when we were talking about like Siakam versus Halliburton as like the Pacers' best players. Like, yeah, the explosions look great, and it's like, oh my God, he had 40 in the finals game. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but where was he in those earlier games where he disappeared down the stretch in Game 1? And Game 3, he was there, but again, like it looked great because Game 5, like they ran away with it in the end, and he had the big scoring game. But it's like, if they don't have Shea in any of these games, like it might have been a sweep. So it's you know, like you kind of take for granted like the guys that are great night in, night out. So SGA for me.
SGA for me as well.
SGA, absolutely.
And just for those who are curious, if you're interested in what their numbers are through the finals so far, SGA is averaging, and I'm around up or down based on where that decimal is. I still remember that part of mathematics. SGA is averaging about 32 points a game, about 2 blocks a game, about 2 steals, 5 turnovers, about 5 rebounds, and he's shooting 30% from 3, 47% from the field. J-Dub, he is averaging about 26 points a game, averaging about 1 steal a game, no blocks, 4 assists, about 6 rebounds a game. He's doing that shooting 32% from 3 and about 45% from the field.
Also take into account, who the defense is keying on.
SGA.
So, like if they're gearing up to stop you and you still are dropping 30,
32.
Yeah, his average is 32.
Yeah.
Impressive. I see Shalen's added that Caruso has been low-key necessary. Caruso hoop like he the MVP.
He do.
You gotta come out there with that fire, bro.
He always hoop like that.
He hoop like he be sitting there
like he the best player in the league. That's how he hoop.
Punch on somebody. Fuck you,
man. When he tried to, I was like, who does he think he is?
I'm finna punch on this motherfucker.
Let's go,
sit your ass down.
Let's go.
Hell you doing?
I said this is my brother in the group chat, but it's like he's their PJ. Like not in like the way that he played. Like yes, the dog at defense, but like the dog energy that they have, like that you can tell. Like he was through the first like 3 games or whatever. Like he was the one that was most like, these are the finals. We're going to like taking control of the team. Like his energy was kind of infectious. It's like you need dudes like that on to win a championship. So
yeah, even though he was 1-8 in Game 5, didn't matter. They needed him to put them shot attempts up, which I will say this too. Caruso has had 2 20-point games in the finals. He did not have a 20-point game the entire regular season.
Let's get it. When it's time to show up,
it's time to show up.
They didn't bring him here for November, December. They brought him here for June.
And absolutely. He is showing up in big time. Absolutely. So yeah, Game 6 of the NBA Finals is Thursday on Juneteenth. And when I realized, I said, I was supposed to be outside all day on Juneteenth. I'm gonna have to figure out if I hope Summerfest got a TV so I can peep in on the finals, because I'm trying to be outside on Juneteenth. But It should be fun. Game 6, Thursday evening, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, tip-off on ABC. Shout out to the NBA for finally showing us player introductions again for the first time since 2013. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. KG added, remember he won with the Lakers ship in 2020, so he has the experience. He do.
Yeah, I say he been there before.
And that's the same with Pascal Siakam on the Pacers side of things, where you can see like they've leaned on his championship experience, and Siakam has been that guy for them. But another guy on the move here, Desmond Bane, traded to the Orlando Magic for 4 first-round picks, a pick swap, Cole Anthony and KCE. I don't know if you had a question in
I
particular.
didn't really have a question. Like,
if you don't, I have one.
Oh, go ahead.
Did the Magic overpay to get Desmond Bane into town? 4 first is a hefty price for any player.
I would counter and ask, does it matter? Because like I think that we look at these trades like in a vacuum, whereas Desmond Bane is probably the perfect fit for what Orlando needs in a 2-guard. And like, do you have to pay for that premium? Like he's 26, 27 years old,
under contract for like another 4 years.
Borderline all-star, probably will be an all-star in the East. He's like one of the best shooters, like off the bounce and from like spot up shooters in the league, which again Orlando needs tremendously. He can, like, he doesn't need the ball to be effective, so he can play off of Paolo and Franz Wagner. Like pairing him with Jalen Suggs, like they can kind of mix and match, like who guards who in the backcourt. He can do a little bit of secondary creation. So like if you need him to run bench units, he can. Like it's a perfect fit. And like sometimes you have to pay a premium for that perfect fit piece. Like it reminds me of kind of like, not saying it's gonna go the same way, but it reminds me of the Bucks paying so much to get Drew Holiday, where it's like they pinpointed the guy that they needed to slot in to the lineup that they have. And it's like, who is better at the things that Desmond Bane is good at
than Desmond Bane? I mean, I ain't mad at you. How you feel about it, Ken?
I guess I was surprised. Like, didn't expect it at all. But Orlando's going to be. They already were a fun team to watch, but they definitely going to be a fun team to watch now with bringing Bane over there. So say bang.
It's one of those things where, yes, 4 draft picks is a lot. But when you look at the Eastern Conference and you like, hey, this mug is open.
It is.
It can be anybody's to have. I get why you make a swing for it. Like if you feel that that's your missing piece, to Eric's point, like you pay the price for it because there's no one else who's going to give you things that you're looking for. I also think part of why the draft compensation was so high is because, one, they had to offload the KCP contract because he did not play well last season. And then 2, they kept Jalen Suggs. I don't know the interest that Memphis would have had in Suggs, but we know that he is a really solid guard option. And we also know Memphis was lacking in guard play once Ja was hurt, and you kind of got to count on Ja missing at least a handful of games every season.
And not only keeping Suggs, but they kept like all of their other young pieces too,
on top of that,
which probably would have counted as 1 or 2 first-round picks as well. So it's the cost of doing business. But sometimes you got to pay if you want to win.
And the more I think about it, the more I like the fit of Desmond Bane in Orlando. Like you talking about Jalen Suggs and Desmond Bane as your backcourt. Then you have Paolo and Franz and Wendell Carter Jr. as your starting center. Like that's a solid starting 5. And Bane gives you the offense, but he also can give you the defense that you're used to seeing with this team. So it's a lot of things to like in this. Tim, how are you feeling about the new look Orlando Magic? When
I seen it, I was like, damn, that's a good ass trade. Like I not even
care about the compensation as much.
I seen the 2 players and I was like, 4 first. I was like, okay, so people probably go hoopla about the first. I was like, and the first person that came to mind was Bridges. And I was like, are they about on par, though, as a player? I'm like, roughly, yes. They're pretty close. So I'm like, shit, the compensation sounds about the same to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if that's a premium player and he's coming in to be their third best, I would assume. And he might be able to work his way into option number 2, but he's coming over there in essence because they like, look, Franz and Paulo need a little bit more reprieve than what we currently have. We need another gun. So he should be able to slot right in, and the spacing. So he'll be able to shoot him, open up the floor. He got some playmaking in him too. Like it's a fantastic fit to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you gonna have to pay. And I was like, well, shit. If they gave that to Bridges, I was like, I think they both roughly about the same type of player. Like, I see it.
Also, our firsts aren't built the same. And
no,
like, one of them is the 16th pick in this year's draft, which is about that part in the draft where it's like it's a toss up. Like they may get a player, they may not. The key one is like it could be the Suns pick next year, either the worst of the Suns and Wizards. I think
so.
Next year,
that was a key one. Probably
that'll probably be a lottery pick, depending
maybe
on
top
what
10.
we talk about later. But the rest of them are Orlando's unprotected picks every other year, and if Orlando is as good as they think they're going to be, like those are going to be picks in the 20s, which whatever, like you do it all the time. Like you're building a team with a bunch of guys under the age of like 26. So you figure to be good. Like it could blow up and this could be like the number 1 pick that they gave up. You never know. But again, the likelihood of that being a lottery pick is very low.
Yeah. Cero Sensei added with the Tatum injury, the East is more open.
It is.
I guess Orlando figured why not make a move. Exactly. And I do not fault them for that move at all, because if it works out and you end up in the finals, it was worth it. Like I've seen people who still say like, well, it's a shame the Bucks don't have no assets, and it's like they got a championship. I would trade all of it again.
That's what they do it for. They're literally trading all of this for a chip.
I would do it all again. Give me the goofy meme. I'd do it again. I would do it again. I absolutely would.
Like they gave up 3 first rounders for Siakam, and again, I bet you they would do it again.
They would do it again. Minnesota would go Goldberg. Would they do it again?
I don't see why not.
2 Western Conference Finals back to back. Like,
yeah, it makes sense to me.
Do it again.
Hell, even like the Bridges trade, like New York got farther this year than they have in the last 25 years. Like. Vibes were apparently bad, but like they're still in a position where they're probably going into next season one of the top 3 teams in the East.
Now, I did see something with the Bane trade, because there has been, I've seen it floated, not from like actual people who cover the league, but just it being thrown out of the pathway forward for the Lakers, of saying the Lakers should trade Austin Reeves. And the reason why they're saying it, your reaction, the reason why people have been saying it is because based on how the finals have gone, right? When you're seeing how teams are being made up, how the impact of the new CBA is having, it seems the pathway forward is not 3 stars. It's real 2, maybe. You can get away with 1 if you have a lot of really strong supporting pieces. So the argument was for the Lakers, see what you can get for Austin Reeves, because you're not going to be able to pay him eventually anyway, so you should start trying to build a team that makes sense around Luka and finding pieces that would fit around Luka. But then I saw Lakers fans were like, well, Desmond Bane go for 4, we getting at least 5 for
I ain't
Reeves.
gonna say all that.
Bro, watch out.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say all that.
And I was like, Bane got Reeves beat on the defensive part of it all. Like the offense, if you want to say it's a wash, I don't know if I'd agree, but I'll give it to you. But would you trade Reeves if you got like a Godfather, like 2 future first and some other young pieces, or are you so adamantly like Austin Reeves, I need to continue to see him in the Lakers jersey?
I'm be honest. Like I'd rather see Austin. I'd rather see him in the Lakers jersey,
and also
because it ain't given. Like that's not guaranteed that we go. Everything will pan out. At least I know what I'm getting from Austin Reeves every night he's on the floor. So.
And also, like, cross that bridge when you get to it. Like, you're not paying him.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, take advantage of him being on
exactly
a contract that is advantageous to you.
He working this hard now, like, okay, I'm good.
Like, if he earns a max contract, that's good for you.
Deal
like, that means
with
that
it
he played to a max level.
Nah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Reeves is, I can't, no.
So, the Kevin Durant trade rumors, they've been heating up. They're sizzling.
Yeah.
They sizzling right now. And my question to you, gentlemen, is where do you want to see Kevin Durant go? And is that the same location that you think he'll end up in? So if you are unfamiliar with the latest rumors around Kevin Durant, he allegedly has 3 teams on his list of preferred trade destinations: San Antonio, Houston, and Miami. Those are the 3 teams where he was like, I'm cool with going there. Phoenix, work it out.
And he just don't want to pay taxes.
But a team like Minnesota can offer a better package than the previously 3 named teams. And they have offered, apparently, a stronger trade package than what the other ones have.
What is it, like Jane McDaniels?
Well, the key part is getting at least one of Gobert or Randall, because the Suns really want a center.
They probably get Randall.
Well, Randall will have to opt in. He has a player option.
Gobert don't got no choice.
It's probably Gobert. So, like, they want, like, the pieces they can get back. They're like, a little bit more interested in that. But the thing is, apparently, Kevin Durant has no interest in playing in Minnesota.
He ain't wrong either.
So the question is, it's kind of like, can he be convinced that, hey, listen, you said you just want to hoop, right? You said it's all about just hoops. Come just hoop with Anthony Edwards.
He
Up here.
ain't got time to hear that shit all day.
He getting old. He got a ring already. He ain't dog.
I'm not trying to hear this shit all day in practice and shit. I gotta.
You don't think an Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant
That'd be crazy.
tandem is a good enough to build something?
I'm not saying it's not.
No,
I'm saying that the intangible.
I'm saying it's not. Like we just saw this movie with Devin Booker. Like, what makes you think that anything's gonna be different in Minnesota?
Anthony Edwards plays more defense than Devin Booker.
Okay, but if you sacrifice Gobert to bring in KD, like, that's hustling backwards, because like now your defense is gonna fall off a cliff. Like, and KD is 37, 36, 37. Like,
you're right.
He's an all-timer, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players of all time.
Absolutely.
Still killing it, still a bucket. But at this point, I'm not building a team around Kevin Durant. Like, if he's coming in to be like the finishing piece, and like I don't have to sacrifice like the identity of my team to bring him in, I'm all for it. But if I have to sacrifice something that has led to my success over the last 3 or 4 years to bring in somebody that's on the last year of his contract, that has all the injury concerns that KD has, that has all the miles that KD has, like, it's not worth it.
A lot of miles. Okay. So no one's gonna say Minnesota is a destination that y'all want to see for KD.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How y'all feel about the one East? What were you gonna say, Tim?
No, I mean, like, it wouldn't have been bad to see it for me, but I just from
Minnesota's standpoint, I don't think this is the all-in move that you made.
What type of player should Minnesota be looking for? Someone more closely aligned with the Anthony Edwards timeline?
They might need a 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm I don't know what, because again, like, we're going away from like the 3 stars model. Like, you're paying Gobert max. Obviously, Ant is on a max. Randall's probably going to want to raise. So if you're stubbing him out, like, it's going to,
So like, then maybe that's part of the KD. Maybe it's Randall. You do it like a sign and trade or whatever. But see, it gets tricky too, because Minnesota's the second apron team.
They trigger that apron.
It would trigger it, but then also the aggregation of the contracts. It's a lot of moving pieces there. So we'll move on from Minnesota. Let's say it's not Minnesota. How do y'all feel about him going to the one team in the Eastern Conference that he's apparently interested in, which is the Miami Heat?
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, hell no. Go ahead. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy your time down there. You know, it's your last team.
You're not worried about a KD?
Hell no.
Bam Adebayo?
Hell no.
Tyler Hero?
Hell no.
All right, now. Get out this thing.
They can do what they want to do.
They love to cook the books.
Well, the defense set.
Bam. But that's the thing with the two, because you know the Suns are going to want Ware back, and the Heat going to be like, well, no, we want to keep Ware, like, but they want a center in Phoenix. So,
like, I'm interested to see where he goes, but I don't have a vested interest in the destination. It's more, it's because, again, like, it's going back to my overarching point, which is he in the last year of his contract.
Yeah. You probably gonna have to.
He still could take you up a notch, though. I mean, if you're there.
Yeah, the when he's on the court, the production is still there, and if you can put KD in the role where he has, I mean, kind of like with Devin Booker, sharing the offensive load, but also if you can put in a bit more defensive infrastructure around them.
Yeah.
Like you got something, which is why like the San Antonio and the Houston fits for me are like, I get it. But for Houston, to your point about the age timelines, he just doesn't fit that Houston timeline. And one could argue he don't fit San Antonio's either.
Yeah.
San Antonio's is interesting.
Which way? Because of
Like,
the Wemby factor of it all?
I mean, I get the Wemby, but like,
shout out to Monk Wemby, by the way.
They don't fit the timeline, like you were saying. I was like, okay, like they still need more than just you.
But
like,
I think at least with the Texas teams, like they have enough young guys where they can kind of offer things to Phoenix that'll be enticing, but also not gut their team and still have a team that can compete next year.
Yeah.
Like Houston had like 4th, 5th best record in the league last year,
and they're a team where they feel like a piece could really push them over,
and they actually need like a number one scorer. They need a primary guy, which again, like Minnesota don't need. You could argue, I guess Miami needs it, but again, like where's that team going? Nowhere. So
the East is open, baby.
It ain't that open.
Dang.
I think it's open enough for a Kevin Durant, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero team.
3 years ago.
Ooh.
I mean, Bam had a down year. Tyler
Tyler had a good year.
First time All-Star this year, Tyler Hero. There's levels to grow in the game. And for this Miami Heat season was so weird too because of all the Jimmy stuff where it's like I don't even know what to make of what we saw.
They actually
of everything. Yeah, with everything going on with them.
I think what's the name is becoming a staple down there. Off night.
Well, Off Night's a restricted free agent this offseason, where he has a play. He's on the free agents list. I'm not sure. He's not unrestricted.
You said Off Night, and I thought slow mo. I'm like, why are we talking about Kyle Anderson?
Definitely Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah, again, like Houston has a clear need for a number one scorer. Like I don't think Jalen Green is that guy. No offense to him.
I don't need.
The
playoffs showed me that.
Yeah. San Antonio, like Wemby wants to win now. They brought in Fox. Like they are, again, health permitting. Like they
which is why
are.
You get KD in there with them.
That makes sense.
They're ready to kind of push that button, like Orlando just did. Yeah. Like I might target somebody else that's a little bit closer in age to those guys, but again, like who's out there? Like the Hail Mary Giannis, but like I don't think that's happening right now. So it's like if you want to make a splash and you want to bring in like a top level star, like beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But
exactly. It's just hard to pass. Like if you have an opportunity of getting a player like KD, like he a bucket, like what you go get out of KD. Of course, the injury history and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like it wouldn't be stupid for you to definitely try to get a player like him around, especially some young team like San Antonio or Houston.
Yeah, like I get the timeline piece of it because I do think that's important. But also I feel like if you think you close and you like, hey, if we just had a bucket, we could win a championship this next year. I think
nothing better than KD.
I think those Texas teams, both of them have a pathway to be like, that makes sense for us. It just depends on what you have to give up to get them back. Because you don't want to give up too much for a guy that's 37 years old who needs an extension. So
you know what's gonna be crazy? I was thinking about. I was like, damn, he's on a couple teams. Like, who was he at before? They like Brooklyn. That's right. I'm like, we really had an era of KD, Harden, and Kyrie on the team.
We did. The Bucks beat them.
But we really had them three niggas on one squad. Not the whole time, but when they was like, you like, fuck,
they were healthy for exactly one playoff series.
That wasn't against the Bucks. I'm not complaining.
I'm not either.
I'm not
a win is a win.
And just to clean up my notes.
To answer your own question, where do you want to go?
One of the Texas teams. Ideally, I think I want to actually see it be Houston. I think Houston's a little bit closer. Like they really just need that offensive guy. And Davion Mitchell was a restricted free agent this summer. I wanted to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's move into some wrestling. We had a comment on our show last week from Serial Sensei. Shout out,
brother.
To Serial Sensei. And he had a question for us because he said that we're his main looks into the wrestling world.
Okay.
And he said, since the UFC and WWE have merged under the TKO umbrella, do you feel like the product has gotten better, worse, or is about the same? On the UFC end, I feel like since the merger, it's gotten noticeably worse. These fight cards have been watered down with so much filler, and it doesn't feel like how they know how to develop talent anymore. Are there any noticeable differences on the WWE end as far as the quality of the product?
Mm-hmm.
I will say that the focus is a lot. They've been changing the focus more towards the wrestling in ring, more so. Like they're getting less away from, and I think we complained about it for like maybe not we, but somebody may have made mention like the stories aren't storying, but we're getting hellified matches. You know what I mean? For at one point, but it's like we got to be able to connect both of them, and I feel like TKO's thing is less on the sports entertainment and more so sports side of that. So I feel like the product was, since their inception with WWE, it has been more focused in ring. Like they stripped down a bunch of stuff, made it a little cleaner, a little simpler, focusing the spotlight like in the middle of the ring, stuff like that. That all came since TKO took over. So I do feel like the presentation has been more sports, like some of the main events have felt like boxing matches.
That is true.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
Like their presentation has been more fight like.
So I do wonder like how much of that is Triple H taking over full time as opposed to
Vince.
the TKO takeover.
That's
you know
how
what I mean? Like where it's like I think TKO is more so like high level stuff where it's like we have big ass events every other week. It feels like at this point, like they're running shows, like they're running more stadium shows, like they're doing like a lot, like more on the business end, where it's like they claim that they're doing great business right now, like it's WWE, so they can always lie. But it seems like from that standpoint, like it's gotten better. But I also think that we haven't seen the consequences of the actions that they've taken. Like the whole R-Truth thing, like kind of shone a light on like all the cost cutting that they're doing right now.
Less house shows,
no house shows, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're cutting so many of these wrestlers that have big contracts that they feel like aren't really producing, but it's like they were additive to the show. Like we talked about it with like Carlito, where it's like, yeah, maybe he's not like a star that you're building the show around, but it's like great
he's needed
characters to have around.
Still ain't
so like
seen that
those
PS5 since he left in the Judgment Day Clubhouse.
But yeah, I think those things are just like we'll eventually like they'll get to a point where it's like what happened? Like where did all this stuff go? Yeah, that we used to appreciate about WWE. But as far as like the things that he pointed out with UFC, like we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, the matches have been good.
But like you could also say the WrestleMania card was a dud.
It was.
Definitely was.
And if I can add on to the dud section, one thing that I have not liked about the takeover of WWE, the merger, is just the amount of ads.
Hella ads.
The ads are ridiculous.
NASCAR out here.
It looks like a UFC ring at this point now. They're even putting logos on the tables that wrestlers go through. They putting ads on the ladders. They got ads on the turnbuckles. They got ads on the announcer's table. They got ads everywhere.
Every match is sponsored by
company. And it was like I can deal with it if it was like just for a PLEs, but now you're seeing like even on the Raw mat, the Raw mat, the SmackDown mats, and there are still just it's ads all over the place. Like
they said that. Well, it's been reported that they're gonna start adding it to like ring gear too. So,
come on, man.
So all of that shit that they was hoopla CM Punk was about Brock Lesnar and his Jimmy John shits.
Yep.
Better be dead in the water.
Shell said ass featuring wrestling. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at.
So yeah, that's probably the biggest things that I've seen. You got anything?
Serial Sensei is here. He said, "Oh yeah, the ads are terrible. It's ads from companies that don't even make sense."
Yeah,
dude wipes make sense.
Where did Fireball come from in Money in the Bank?
I don't know.
Why the hell they have a whole red and yellow ladder? The only ladder.
Oh yeah.
They paid for it. That's why.
Yeah. And they were so excited when it got grabbed.
Fireball ladder! Oh my God! Hit somebody with that motherfucker! Watch out!
They made sure to keep saying the fireball ladder. The Slim Jim table was too much for me.
Snap into that motherfucker.
Snap into the table.
Eat me.
Jeez. I would say from a personal standpoint, like the politics stuff that's coming out now is really annoying too. So.
Yeah, politics has been annoying in wrestling though. Oh wait, you mean like actual
like their
political affiliations?
Yeah.
Although,
I mean, yeah, it's a lot more prevalent. It was like Vince didn't want to talk about politics for the most part.
until Vince McMahon changed the company from ruthless aggression to PG to help Linda get into politics.
Well, that was because Chris Benoit murdered his family.
Listen, part of it, a cleaner product can help my wife get into Congress.
But that was part of it too.
It was mostly the murders. Like, I don't know what to
This
say.
nigga. He said murder like
Murder
who?
Murder.
who? Oh man,
like,
but
because I wasn't watching wrestling at the time, but I know like when they were running like the CNN, like the packages where they would show like wrestling stuff, it was like all like tits and ass, people getting hit with chairs, bloody faces. Like
that was wrestling.
They were doing it during the Attitude Era too. Just
I know,
and then Vince said, "Let me amp this up for ruthless aggression."
They had TNA matches. Tits and ass.
They did.
Yeah, but like nobody was really paying attention to it. Like,
yeah, but then you become a publicly traded company, and
they had Kelly's exhibitions.
They're like, chill out on the titties, man.
I mean, publicly traded.
Yeah.
So on and so forth, But we had a return in wrestling on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, we did.
Dun, dun,
John Cena ain't the only one with a retirement tour. Bill Goldberg is back. He's gonna be fighting Gunther at Saturday Night SmackDown, like a couple weeks.
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
Damn.
2 weeks. I think it's like July 19th or 12th or something like that. So soon.
3 weeks, I think. Which we have the Saudi Arabia show is like next week. So again, like it's like event
back
after
to back
event
to back.
after event. Which, yes. I think I already know how one person at this on the couch is going to answer the question. But how do you guys feel about Goldberg coming back for either a retirement match or a tour? Like, I don't know how long he's going to.
I'm gonna just let him take it.
Oh, that'll be me. Hey, I could care less where the nigga was going. He could have stayed at home. First of all, my biggest gripe. Big thing. Like, Goldberg is one of the most overrated wrestlers that has ever stepped foot on this earth. Right? The guy wasn't good. His run, even in WCW, really wasn't that spectacular.
Whoa.
Or a run.
No, Ken. And what else?
No.
Yeah, or a run.
And what else?
Kevin Nash made that feud and made his run amazing.
And what else?
No, walk it back. Because I'm not going to let him get that off. The run wasn't overrated. The in-ring is overrated.
Yeah, no, he can't wrestle.
He can't wrestle, but
That's
the run,
what I'm saying.
the run was
I'll give
real.
you
The run was real.
Yeah, but like the guy can't wrestle,
He
fam.
can't.
Like, I've seen him almost, just like you talk about murder, he damn near murdered numerous of cats in the fucking ring. Like, I've seen this
Bret
shit.
Hart still hates
He's
him.
still
Yeah, so it's just like, I respect, everybody love Goldberg, cool. But then if you're going to present a Goldberg to me, present it to me differently. Why did Gunther, the only thing that would have made sense, right? How you get off of the couch, right? Mm-hmm. Come in, just because your name Goldberg, you get a title shot.
Yes. Well, they planted the seeds a long time.
They did, but make it do an open challenge. Gunther could have came out and be like, "Hey, even if you don't work in the company no more, I don't care if you're at home sitting down. I don't care if you're a WWE Hall of Famer. I don't care who you are. Anybody can come out and get a title shot." Then, Goldberg, it makes sense.
Yeah, I would say like taking the title off of Jay so you could put it on this match. Like, it's
crazy.
It's completely unnecessary.
Exactly. Like, I could have done without that shit.
This match doesn't need a belt.
It didn't. They could have just had to fight.
It's like when Brock and Goldberg fought at Mania and they took the title off of
Kofi.
No, off of KO. It was like WrestleMania 33.
Who'd they take it off for Kofi for Brock to fight that time?
Cain Velasquez.
Sure did. Sure did.
Which again, murder.
Shit.
No, he did kill somebody.
Yeah,
but but no, and that wound up like basically birthing AEW in a roundabout way because KO and Chris Jericho were supposed to fight for the title, for the world title. Vince decided Brock and Goldberg needed the title, so he took it off of KO, and then they fought for the U.S. title, put them on second. Chris Jericho was mad, left, and wound up at AEW, and like was the big star that they had
to start.
So,
I mean, Goldberg. So there was a Twitter post recently, and it was like a wrestler whose aura and cachet pretty much doesn't match the in-ring ability. Like they've never had a good match, but they are so highly thought
Never.
about. Goldberg would fit into that
I've
into
never
that
seen
box.
a great match with Goldberg.
But the other person who kept getting brought up was the Ultimate Warrior.
all he did was
Because
all
like,
he did was
there-
muscles. That's all he was.
what memories do you have from an Ultimate Warrior match?
shaking the
Not
ring? Oh.
not the ropes,
Oh,
but
okay.
actual. Do you have any Ultimate
Him and
Warrior?
Hogan. I just remember that when he was pumping up and shit.
I remember
Yeah, I
him
remember
no
that.
selling the pedigree. Like he got hit with a pedigree like 2 seconds into the match, just stood up. Did like his taunt and then finished the match in like 30 seconds.
That is funny.
Tim, you have any Ultimate Warrior wrestling memories outside of shaking the ropes and running down to the ring?
Hell no.
And he was one of my favorites as a kid. I loved the Ultimate Warrior, but he really did not. I could not think of any good Ultimate Warrior matches.
Speaking of drugs.
Speaking of what?
Drugs.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Hey man.
There is a video on YouTube of Ultimate Warrior versus Triple H at WrestleMania 12. It is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's the entire match, including like intro.
Why?
Was that when he was beefing? Him and Vince was beefing?
This is late. This is.
Yeah, that's when he came. He came back literally for this match
Oh,
and
no.
then like fucked it up again.
It
and
didn't
got
work.
fired.
It didn't work.
Drugs.
Shell said, "I don't remember Ultimate Warrior's finisher."
Damn.
I think
Probably
it was
a
a
power
splash.
slam or a splash. Oh, okay. I don't know
Yeah,
why I
it's a
thought.
splash.
Oh, because it was power slam, then splash.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Garbage.
It's crazy.
Who else? Lex Luger probably fits into that.
I feel like Lex has had more good matches than.
Because you with the torture rack.
Yeah.
I remember
that's
that
a
though,
trash
before Ultimate
finisher.
Warrior move.
What?
We need to do the trash finishers one. Hulk Hogan had a fucking leg drop as a
Yeah,
finisher.
that didn't make sense for him to be that
It-
big.
it
He
doing
always
a leg
talked about
drop
his
for him.
arms. But
But y'all got a
leg
leg
drop.
drop a finisher. Like, come on.
it don't
man.
make sense. It don't make sense.
Ah!
Fuck out of here.
Ultimate Warrior, man.
That's crazy, dog. There was be plenty of motherfuckers with a leg drop.
A leg drop.
He dropped his quad on you.
Had the python.
The 28-inch python. But Goldberg's back. At least for he got his little out, his little final ride.
That match gonna be so garbage.
It probably.
But it's the ring general
I
though.
was
So
gonna say, it's
if
Gunther.
anybody gonna make him look so halfway decent, it's gonna be Gunther.
They go let him chop that man and powerbomb the hell out of him.
He
You
might
gonna
get
have
hurt.
to. You have to take a power bomb.
I
for
was
sure.
surprised he actually came back because last I saw, he said he got hurt trying to train
Did
to
you
get
see
ready.
him walking to the back?
He better be careful doing that
Ooh.
leg kick when he come out.
No,
What?
I ain't go jackknife Gunther for him.
Ah,
Can he still get the jackknife on? Jackknife
he
on?
better. Gunther's a big boy.
Or
too.
jackhammer, I mean.
Jackhammer.
Yeah.
What you call it?
Jackknife,
Jackknife.
like the power bomb.
Yeah, power bomb.
Yeah, no. If anybody can get a great match out of Goldberg,
Yeah, it'll be Gunther.
it's Gunther.
A ring general.
It sucks though because this should be Big E's match. Like he loved Goldberg.
He
Always
did.
wanted to always wanted to wrestle.
He did. He did. Let me ask y'all this though: with King of the Ring coming up, I think the finals at the Saudi Arabia event, Night of Champions. One, the Fatal 4-Way matches have been fantastic for them to get to the
Yeah, they have.
semifinals. I've
Mhm.
enjoyed all of those, but now we have our semifinal set.
Let's get it.
I want to know who y'all think will win, or who you want to win. Let's go with who you want to win. We'll do predictions officially next week when it's
Yeah,
time to preview the
This
show.
is too
Yep.
easy.
So, on the men's side, who do you guys want to see win? We have Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton as one of the semifinal matches, and Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. I see why it's easy for you. Of course,
Well,
you're
no,
gonna say
but
Cody.
I'll make it makes it
Well,
don't make
like
sense
the-
for Cody. Cody doesn't have to win.
So the winner faces the champion on their brand at SummerSlam.
I know they get a championship shot at
Yeah,
SummerSlam. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll
Well, we can
either
go.
be Jay or Sammy against whoever the Raw champion is, or John Cena against Cody or Randy Orton. I'm gonna assume Cody's gonna win.
Real, I think Jay beats Cody to get to the
I
finals.
think so too. Because
Well,
Cody, you
again,
can
like
still
just-
you can put Cody in there. Like Cody doesn't need to be king of the ring to get him back to the championship.
But I mean, like,
like
if
Jay
Gunther-
needs it though.
I mean, does he? Because like if Gunther is still the champion at SummerSlam,
You gotta talk more into my
sorry, if Gunther is still the champion at SummerSlam, like
Mhm.
that's an easy like I'm coming back for my
Give him
title.
my rematch.
I beat you once, you beat me once.
It
Like,
was ended now.
Show
Okay.
got Sami Zayn and Cody as the two finalists, and for me, I want to see Sami Zayn win it.
Ditto.
That's what I want to see win it. I
Okay.
want to see Sami Zayn
Sammy
win the
versus
King.
Gunther.
To do what?
Take it away from him. Sammy finally get his.
Yeah, I want to see one more Sami Zayn title run. I don't.
Okay. I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Nobody's ever seen. He hasn't had a title.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He-
see,
So NXT, he was like the guy in NXT,
Oh, okay.
but not on the main
I
roster.
think he only had it like shortly because then KO came in and murdered.
But I did go back and look at their matches. They used to have some.
Bro, they used to go at
Some
it.
barn burner.
Like they ain't know each other. For
Yeah.
real.
Honestly, I want Cody and Randy in the finals. Like I think they're
OGs.
friends. Like it kind of probably sow some seeds for a future actual feud.
Mhm.
Shoot, Cody and Jay be in the semifinals, and like that matchup.
It's all faces.
Yeah.
But then it'll be all love too. in
I
that
mean,
one.
both champs are heels.
So it makes sense. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Tim,
I would see Sammy.
But Cody
and,
gonna win for sure.
Jay,
Yeah, I would like to see Sammy.
bloodline beef.
That would be the story behind that one.
Always bring
Yeah.
it back to the blood.
You got to.
Mhm.
That's the grounding point of this era of wrestling right now.
But then you let Sammy win to get his shot at Gunther.
That's why I don't see him and Cody because they not go. I don't see.
Cody and Gunther.
Yeah,
You don't think they'll let Cody take the pin for Sammy?
I don't think so. Hell no.
Cody.
They wouldn't even let Jay get the pin on
That's what I'm
Cody.
saying. Cody's winning.
Yeah, Cody he gonna have to win.
But a Cody, a Jay Sammy final does speak to me
hmm
in a way that Cody against Cody Randy, I guess, because we've seen them go at it before, is kind of interesting.
But then that kind of like tainted it a little bit if you get an L now going into trying to get the title back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
it don't even make sense to honestly have him in it. If
He
you
might
really-
not.
if you
He
think
ain't
about
gonna
it,
win.
He probably
yeah,
gonna
if he's
win
not gonna
some
win,
kinda,
it's like
something gonna happen.
the only reason he's in it is because he's gonna win.
And
But
they
then
had
they
an
didn't have
easy-
to put him in the first place.
But they also had an easy way for him not to advance because it's a fatal 4-way. So like you could just have somebody cheat to take him out the match
Yeah.
and somebody else win. So like
Yeah,
reading
I
the
don't
tea leaves, it seems like Cody win.
yeah.
Okay, so let's get your finals predict. You got Cody winning it, but
Yeah.
what's your actual final prediction?
Like I said, I want to see it, but I actually now that I'm thinking about it, like that's a money match that they may want to save. So Cody, Sammy in the finals,
Okay,
and Sammy's Muslim and they're going to the Middle East. Like
Okay.
Tim, what's your finals prediction? Sammy versus who? Cody
said
or Jay?
Jay.
Oh, Jay. Okay. You Ken, your official finals prediction for King of the Ring?
Cody, Sammy.
I'm going Sammy Jay. And on the women's side, we have Roxanne Perez versus Jade Cargill,
Mm-hmm.
and then Alexa Bliss versus Asuka, who just made her return back after 13
That
months.
one.
Is it Asuka?
Yeah, she got one.
I'm gonna go Alexa and Roxanne.
I think Jade.
I think it's the time for Jade.
I do
Me
too.
too.
I think Jade is the ultimate winner of the women's queen of the, especially with Naomi having the briefcase. I think there's some interesting things you can do
That makes sense.
with them circling around that storyline and with Bianca being on the sideline.
Mhm.
And they already did Jade Tiffany. I think that was just like kind of, but they didn't have it finished. So I think that was kind of like let's make sure that they can work together. And
Yeah.
it was, the match was fine. So like I think that they'll run that back. And you can kind of build that as a SummerSlam match. So.
Yeah, you could for sure.
So then I don't know.
Although like going back to my Money in the Bank thing, where it was like I want to see Roxanne like. Well, I guess Liv is hurt now, so
Yeah.
really there's nothing to build there either.
Mm-hmm.
Which
So
sucks.
on the other side, Alexa versus Asuka, who y'all think gonna win that semifinal matchup?
Who can take the loss?
Well, Asuka just came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like she's the one who will advance to the finals.
Yeah,
They brought
just
her
'cause
back
she
to
did come
advance.
back.
Yeah.
And she like the one too. Like Oscar is damn good.
She put on a
Triple
great
H
match.
loves
Mhm.
Asuka.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's great in the ring.
Yeah, Shaolin said Jade Asuka for the final.
That's
And
mine.
I think
That's where I'm
that's
going.
where I'm landing myself too.
That's definitely wrong.
And I think that'll be not necessarily a better match, but I think that Asuka can make Jade look really good.
Yeah, she'll make her look amazing.
Alexa Bliss is so small too,
Mhm.
and that battle with Jade, of
That's
course
gonna
you
look
can
good.
tell the story. You
Yeah.
can always
Mhm.
tell a story with a smaller wrestler against a bigger one, but I think
Mhm.
Asuka Jade is it.
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay. Any other wrestling thoughts before we get ready to wrap on up?
What
here?
the hell is Jade gonna wear? I mean, I guess like she already fought there.
Mhm.
But I was gonna say like
She's gonna have a full.
her whole outfit is just skin. So like,
If I had her body, my outfit would be skin too.
Man,
I was
oh,
telling
yeah.
y'all before we
Yes,
started.
Lord.
I am not complaining.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
I don't want that to be misconstrued. Like that was not said as a
Put some clothes on. Like,
no.
Like that Destiny shout, nasty, put some clothes on. I told you. Y'all don't even know. Y'all,
I sure don't know. What
not
you're
my
talking
target audience.
about. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Not my target
That's a
audience.
song?
Deuce, do you know the song I'm talking about at least? Thank you. All right.
Nasty,
Tim
put some
know
clothes
it.
on.
Nasty, put some clothes on. I told you.
Destiny's
Don't walk
Child?
out your house without some clothes on. I
Damn.
told you.
All right. That's when they had 5 members or something?
Yeah.
3.
No, that's when they.
He said that's when they had 5 minutes.
That's like the only number that they haven't heard.
I'm gonna play with me off the air because I know Beyonce gonna sue me on
Oh
YouTube.
shit!
But no, any other wrestling thoughts though before we wrap up?
Rikishi is a stage mom.
They love to hate.
He need to take his mic away.
That man love to say something hateful, boy.
If it don't benefit his bloodline,
Hey.
it's a bad decision.
He don't say shit about Jimmy. Like he ain't got no issues about the way Jimmy getting booked. But
Can't talk about Jay though.
He said,
That's his boy.
He just hop on him.
Jimmy is
You
too.
turn the mic on with him,
And
all you know
Solo.
is some bullshit
Yeah,
coming
Solo.
out his mouth.
man. All right, y'all.
From the man that used to give stink faces.
Hey, the twins said they had to beat you up for that one.
They said they used to get in fights because kids used to be making fun of the fact that
Yo,
they
daddy
have-
booty out. What you gonna do about it?
Oh shit! Fight because your daddy booty is crazy.
That's what made it hilarious.
That's crazy.
Hey, like kids used to come by talking shit to him.
Oh,
You seen your daddy booty out?
That's crazy.
They said, "What you gonna do about it?" They swing, they throwing hands.
And as a kid, that's an insult. Like as an
It
adult,
is.
it don't
Oh,
make
Don't
no
talk about my
man.
daddy like that. What's wrong with you?
That's
because his
crazy.
booty was out.
My
But,
man,
like,
whole
that's the thing,
ass.
like that's the thing about being a kid, because like
This nigga
Not part of it.
Whole ass
Not
out,
part
man.
of it. And then throwing it in motherfuckers' face.
He was throwing it in the circle. For
You
him.
gotta defend that
Whole ass, man. It's crazy.
doing the electric slide in the thong is crazy.
Dog,
with shades in the dark.
That's
They used to
crazy,
zoom in
dude.
on the booty.
What is? Oh my god!
He was smacking it.
Oh my!
He would go to the corner, raise the roof.
What would you rather take? A Bronco Buster or Rikishi giving you the stick?
Give me a
face?
Bronco,
Bronco
Buster.
Buster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they balls ain't out. Like
Oh,
his
yeah.
ass is only.
It's
You still don't get
Pause,
skin
but-
on your face.
Hey, that nigga was Mr. Cheeks, man. That nigga should have been Mr. Ass.
He had motherfuckers' head in his ass
in the crack.
on TV.
You got skin on your skin.
That's crazy. Cheeks.
Head in peanut butter jelly and ass sandwich. Wasn't that from the Boondocks?
What is this? Cheeked up, dog. It's crazy, man. Dog, I
Tom
gotta,
here calls it
dog,
lunch.
you told you you say my daddy cheeked up, fam. You gotta kick his ass.
That's crazy.
He was though. You know,
Again, like how you gonna get mad at me because your old daddy chose to go on TV with his
Well,
ass out?
You ain't gotta say nothing to me about it.
Oh,
What
ass.
the fuck you talking to me about it for?
hey, that thong paid. That thong got them all the.
But why you
J's.
yelling at me that my daddy ass was out? I knew it was. You did too. It's on TV. Why you gotta talk to me about it?
And that could be your response.
That's why you got your ass whooped.
Oh, ass.
Here
boy.
you go. As we wrap, I got one question for y'all that's not sports related.
Okay.
Everybody in the comments, I want to know your answers too. Nolan showed me this clip from another podcast. I thought the question was so fascinating.
Okay.
You're presented with two choices here.
Mhm.
Would you rather get $1 million straight up?
Okay.
Just here's $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Or would you rather flip a coin for a chance to win $1 billion? So it's a 50-50 chance of winning $1 billion, or you get $1 million straight up
Guaranteed.
guaranteed. Do you take the $1 million guaranteed, or do you flip the coin for a chance to get $1 billion?
No more questions. Just like that.
One coin flip.
You either walk away with zero.
Or walk
Or a
away
billion.
with a billion.
Yeah. I'm taking
I don't
the
know.
Guaranteed
I can
million,
live-
though.
I can live off $1 million.
I'm
I
taking
can't
the
tell- I'm taking the
Guaranteed million.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the guaranteed money because I'll be salty as a bitch. You flip like, damn, I could have had $1 million. Now you gotta drive home, knowing that you could have had $1 million.
Yeah, but
but
if
you
I-
wanted to flip a coin.
If I came to gamble for it though,
Man, hell no, fam.
I could walk away.
$1 million is
Billion.
life changing, fam. So
You
just-
can
It
do a
is.
lot with $1
Just
million.
It is.
$1
It's
million.
guaranteed money.
just give me the
$1
million.
billion? though?
Guaranteed, but $1 billion. There's always that
Hey,
itch.
If I play things right,
I can turn that meal into
into
a
a
billion.
billion.
Exactly.
Or you could just live off that meal.
I mean, listen, I can
Yeah,
do a
you
lot with
could.
$1 million today.
Like shit, I
Exactly.
just throw that $1 million in the bank and let it gain interest.
Million
like,
me.
Get start some Roth IRAs.
Right.
We're gonna start all
Exactly.
kinds of accounts up here,
Let's
baby.
get up. Let's get to
It's
it.
the same thing with blackjack. Like when you and the dealer get blackjack, like, do you want even money or do you want to? Hey, I can flip this and you can get more.
I don't gamble, so like it's very easy for me.
Give me my money.
That's why I don't gamble. Like I like to.
Yeah.
I'm also taking the million. The
Give me the
comments
mill.
are saying mill.
Yeah.
Shell said
Give me the
mill.
mill.
Marcus said mill.
Give me
Sensei
the
says
million.
mill. Hey, highlight Cyril Sensei comment because I'm with you. I'm unemployed. Give me the million now.
See?
Hot dog. Exactly.
Million.
Call
Give
me
me
Lil Wayne because I want a milli.
a
Call me Lil
milli.
Wayne 'cause I want to.
Yeah, I'll take
Challenge
it too. It's guaranteed. money,
Yeah,
bro.
give me that
million. Let me
guaranteed
give
Tim,
money.
I know you.
Give it to me.
Tim gonna be
Tim
the one.
gonna be the
I
coin.
would definitely think about it.
You
Like I would give it strong consideration. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you.
Tim gonna be practicing flips like
You be like, I can do it. I can get
do
it. I got an art
all the
to
way
it.
there. I got the two-face coin and
It's
shit.
an art to
That
it.
man said, "All right, I did 2 heads in a row, so I'm gonna bet the bill on the tail."
Tails never fail.
Tail never fails.
That's the show for this week, y'all. We hope y'all enjoyed. As a reminder for everybody in the YouTube comments, we appreciate y'all for coming through live. Make sure you like the video up, share the show, drop some comments even after the live. Come back and drop some comments. Listen to the audio only. Drop a comment for us as well. Real Sensei, that drive home after not getting the million is going
you talking
to be
about
quiet.
pissed. Don't come with your wife.
That's why I wouldn't be able to do the flip.
So you just gonna leave?
I wouldn't be able to flip the coin.
You just gonna leave with
Fuck
nothing,
you
huh?
doing?
You gonna leave with nothing, huh?
You
So
leave it with nothing
you
for
just a
real.
lucky motherfucker.
No, she gonna be like, you leave it with nothing for real, my nigga. I'm staying here too.
Oh, you feeling lucky now, nigga?
I'll find a way back.
I want this smoke.
Maybe I'll get this meal.
Little boy want that
Right.
smoke, Phil.
That was his goals. What about mine? I already see it.
Right.
what the mayor say since he brought it up.
He was tempted to flip the coin, and I was like, no,
Mill.
no.
It's always gonna be like it's $1 billion though.
That's what he kept saying. It's a billion.
It's $1
But still.
billion. And it's within
Wait,
grasp too.
Right
Follow-up
now, we
question,
don't know the
like
difference.
what's the tipping point? Like at what point will you take the coin flip?
What, money wise?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it'd have to be a low.
Or how low does the guaranteed money have to be for you to be like, I'll take the bill?
Oh,
The
okay.
guaranteed money would have to be low for me to be
Yeah,
like
low for me to be
like a couple
all right.
$1,000.
$100,000.
I'm taking the coin flip.
I might flip the coin for $100.
Not Mike. I'm flipping the coin.
I could use $100,000.
I'm flipping
Like,
that
I'm
motherfucker.
I mean, I can use
I'm not
$100,000
gonna hold you.
for sure.
I'm flipping the shit out of it.
But
I'm flipping that.
for $100,000, I probably would do the flip.
Yeah, I'll probably flip for 100.
I would be sick though if I didn't get that.
Oh, nigga. Man, I'm telling again, that drive home. You're going to be sick.
Because I'm
You're
$100,000.
going to be sick as hell, like, man.
You do $250,000.
What, flipping? I'm flipping
With
it.
$250,000 guaranteed versus Billy for a flip.
I'm flipping it.
No, I might take that.
Which-
All right,
quarter?
you're
I might
out.
take the quarter.
$500,000.
I'll probably take the half.
Okay.
I was just trying to figure out where the line
I think my
was.
floor is about a half.
$500,000.
Like $500,000 is still a lot. That's a lot.
That's
of
a lot of money,
fucking
too.
money. $1 billion is a lot still, but that's close to. All right, we can really
Losing
make
to
some shit
this,
work.
fam.
I'll call it in the air.
Oh, hell no.
They gonna catch it on their hand.
No, why you flipping it over?
I said, I'm
Now you mad? You gonna hit their hand?
No.
Fucking
We
coin
gotta
fall
do
on the
over.
ground and shit. You kick that bitch.
No, fam, we got to do that over, fam. I wasn't even ready. I ain't call that.
Now somebody got to die.
You be like, oh. Exactly. That's what's going up here. Now I'll be ready to fight a motherfucker.
Turn the news on. New at 10. Local man.
Weird conspiracy.
All you gonna hear is bleep, 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 bleep. I'll be on there going the fuck off. These motherfuckers had me drive way out here.
Be like, oh boy, they scared news. Y'all seen that? Y'all see old boy?
Who?
That did the interview after the cop was shot.
Oh yeah,
And he was out there like, they scared news. They was like, what was you doing? We was following the police.
Yeah, they goofy.
Shell said that he'd be mad if he missed a guaranteed 1,000.
I feel you. It's
ain't
guaranteed
mad at
money.
it.
I ain't mad at it.
And Shaolin said, I need my guarantee. Only thing on flipping is that million into $1 billion. Yeah.
Yeah,
I could live with just $1 million.
I could too. I
I
could
ain't
do
gonna
that.
lie to you.
Yeah, hey, listen, a white lady sat at the blackjack table, looked at me, and said, scared money don't make money.
Real shit.
Well,
You know what I told her?
What she leave the table with?
She left, and when she was leaving, I said, my scared money got me playing still.
That's crazy.
Tim
trying
the
to
type
fight.
to, I was like, Tim the type to kick you when you down. Like, you just lost all her money.
No, because she was being an irritant at the table the whole time.
She damn
too.
near to
Like,
kick
she
you in your
was-
chest like, motherfucker. After you lost all your money and the nigga talking shit to you.
She was on some bullshit. Like she was the type of motherfucker that's like hitting on 18 and shit like that. Like she was on some shit.
She
Like,
was.
but that's why she said that. I'm like, why you doing this? Like, scam money don't make no money.
yeah,
I'm like,
she was
not that
reckless.
way though, bro.
Yeah, she reckless as hell.
All right, y'all. If you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me
Wait a minute.
on Twitter,
Fuck was that?
Instagram, Blue Sky, PSN at Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE.
Don't follow me. Follow Tech Out.
Jesus.
Hey,
Okay.
that's a bar.
He said what he said.
All right.
Follow. Everyday _gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216
Nigga
on
glitch.
Twitter. And
Glitched again. Okay.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. We out.
Dilly. Hit him with Dilly.
Dude, I be dilly-dillying everybody. My sister's what's the dilly?
Whoa.
I hit everybody with a dilly.
I be Dilly.
I dilly you too.
All right now, nigga.
Hey,
You
don't
get a
be
little
dilly.
Do what you want to dilly?
You get a little too. Oh shit! This nigga get a little too friendly
All right,
with
Michael
these
Beasley.
dillies. Ooh,
Commenters,
oh,
dilly
the
dilly.
nipples. Oh, the nipples.
Tim Kelly over here. Tim Diddy.
Oh,
It's dilly.
Let's go. T-E-C-K, running back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix,
let's talk about baby oil.
So we never gotta get tight on everybody else. They should get ready. Ain't nobody else doing this like I. Better keep them cameras and microphones hot, cause this one's a vibe. Gotta run this race with my tribe. I going live with the pie. Going like it's no tomorrow. Wait till my ear later. Shout out to my point guard. We about to hit him hard. Got him throwing in the tap. Tell the red blow the whistle. This is attack number 5.